Hello, this is V-C Terarrim on the second battle versus TCD Toxicated.
And this is V-C Sytonis.
Just like to say before we start out is that we had 19 V-C on. It's the very first time that we've done two back-to-back matches or even one match without any ringers. So good job, us.
We also rotated 2 or 3 guys who didn't make it into the first match into the second.
And we're waiting for the dropship. Now,
we still haven't got the dropship in.
Titus brought a lav in before the dropship there, which we thought was a little bit naughty, to be honest, but it turned out that actually it was a very good maneuver, and the reason is Sytonis, it didn't come up, the circle didn't come up, and he had so much time, he just basically bolted.
Speed was the issue there, so I made the call, you need to get on top of the donut.
Yeah, anyway, as I was saying, Ty just went off on his lap, but what he done is he got his forge gun and he took down 2 of their dropships, and he made sure that we had the advantage on the saucer. So yeah, it was against the battle plan, but when something can work so well like that, you got to just say, well, yep, that was the right thing to do, because it did work really well. And as Sytonis said afterwards, that's something that we may actually add to our playbook, or something that we may think of doing again.
The reason that I was running you rather than calling a lav in myself, I didn't know whether the tanks had been called in, so rather than delay them, I've got quite a huge stamina pool, and I actually got to echo. I was able to help Alan to count the cap.
Yeah, I'd just like to apologise for the zoom on this. I didn't realise I knocked the zoom, so some of the information isn't showing, but I've still got most of it, so something's better than nothing.
I know I got 2 drop links, so I put one down there. If they come to echo, it's another thing for them to take out. They can't just cap and take over. They've got to get rid of the drop links as well.
Right, so we done our usual job. We did actually capture all of it by the look of it. We even captured B, but by the time that Sytonis got there, they'd taken B or whatever.
I'd actually reset between matches here, and my performance was a lot better than the last match.
You could actually shoot some people in this match, mate.
I'm checking grenades here. I can see there's quite a few of them.
To be honest, I thought that first grenade was a crap throw or whatever, but he came out a bit further and he caught him in the blast or whatever. But I would always throw my grenade on the right of that CIU rather than in front of it.
And at this point, they've got B. They're likely to take over the CRU. I put my new drop link down, and I'm basically going to play a holding pattern here.
And this is why I love my logistics rather than an assault, because I would have had ammo down here and I would have been putting so many grenades in on that CRU and really punishing them. Really doing a shit full of damage with their call-outers grenades or whatever. Oh, and the mass drive is lovely there too. So just general battle plan basically was, we failed to get B, but we decided at this stage that we were going to try and hold C and A.
It was actually the battle plan in the war barge. In the 5 minutes we had to prep, we were going to concentrate on Charlie.
Nice friendly should kill there.
And Alpha. I was trying to pick my shots as well. Apologies to Warrior.
Yeah.
So, even though Bravo wasn't our objective, they took a good couple of minutes to start the match. That was punishing getting that. And as I said, I'm actually playing a holding pattern here.
Yeah.
Stop them coming directly from the CRU.
And if you notice, we're actually doing a bit of a holding pattern outside the objective rather than just inside. Just gives that extra layer of security they gotta get through. Even if they get inside, the guys on the inside of A are going to find it easier to kill them because a lot of them are going to be already injured.
I get back to Alpha here because the call that they're actually outside, and I actually come at a nice angle here to get some shots in at them.
And I'd just like to reiterate that, however, that I think the fact that you didn't have any logistics with any ammo and everything like that made this fight a lot tougher than it could have been, because you would have had ammo and grenades and all that type of thing. I'll be able to hold them off easier with the explosives, basically.
So we're doing well holding A and C here, as well as home lighter. The shift from the previous match, we've got 2 tanks on the outside now, and we've got control of the source there as well.
30 clone advantage.
Yeah, and because, again, like we said in the first one, they definitely, if you got A, it just makes it that much more difficult then to take C. This is an interesting one, Sytonis.
Yeah, Octavius spawned right next to the drop-up link. So I'm actually using grenades there not to actually target the person. I actually want to take the drop-up link out there for my grenades. And I actually did swap from flux grenades to locust grenades for this match.
Yeah, I honestly think flux grenades are good on this map, but I would use explosives mostly on this one all the time. Like, I'd only use flux if you was a couple of you, one throw the flux and then the rest of you throw in the grenades or whatever.
So the call by the battle commander Octavius there, we haven't got enough drop links down. I place 1 in A, I go to the supply depot, switch to my hack drop link, pull that down, and then back to my favourite fit. I'm back ready to go. And later on, that drop link there actually draws someone over. The call here is that they're making their way to Charlie, so I was actually going to go down to Charlie here, and I actually turned around on the bridge here, and as you can see, I'm slowing them down, and people are finishing them off when they actually get through the bridge.
Some of them got barely no else or whatever, and this is why A and C has got like such a symbiotic relationship. Because it can do so much to support C from this position.
I'm actually getting angles here to put locusts where they're spawning, and unfortunately two of our guys actually come around the corner there. So I'm glad I didn't actually get enough to
breaking into Charlie.
Just injuring them all the time, and they don't even notice Sytonis here. They're doing a fair bit of damage. Like, it was a very good job actually holding that bridge.
So the initial B actually got us the lead. We've maintained 3 letters since, and we are racing ahead on the clone count as well.
Yeah. Whereas I think it was either about even, or maybe they were even slightly ahead on this one. As we show later, no one got a positive kill count. So they found it a lot harder. That I think as a group we defended a lot better on this second one.
I know that guy can be finished off there, so I'll go and take up another position, grabbing some ammo along the way.
And if you have a look at the screen on the left hand side there, you just notice the amount of ammo and drop links is miles better than the first match as well. I think the guys are doing such a good job of keeping the guys out that the assaults have got enough time to run around and put the support items that you need, basically.
I would probably say the only thing that we need to have done at Charlie is put a drop link that would have been safe for Molotov. So against the back wall.
But the one thing about that is if you did have a drop link
How was
grenade, then
Echo?
at least you
How was
can
Echo?
seed the drop links back behind C from A, like, which is what other teams have done to us in the past, like.
Yeah. I'm staying central here between A and C, and when there's calls I'm moving and looking. If my help's
looks
not
like
needed,
you're
I'm
waiting
going
for a
back to
big
more of a
push.
central place.
And I'd like to say that this is quite important to I don't. Everyone shouldn't really be the person who's going to try and get the kills. It's always handy to have someone who's more of a support type of fighter or whatever, like a sweeper if you like. They're there basically to reinforce whenever you need it.
Drops up on top. One on top
And
of
I
Bravo.
believe this is where Cinema called Orbital in on himself because they managed to get up the top. Is that correct?
I think the timing is probably close, yeah. I took that moment to make sure that the dropship was seen by making sure it appeared on the passive scanners
Drop
for
link in front of
all
Alpha.
my
Drop link in
teammates
front of
there.
Alpha.
So you notice that very aggressive to be fair. They never stopped with the pressure or whatever, and very rare it was one-on-one or whatever, like. Now look at them, they put in the drop
Well,
links.
that's right, Debo.
There was a call
Right,
for
Debo,
drop
eh?
link outside there.
This is what I said earlier about the hack drop link. The guy took the
Spike,
time to come
break,
out and
break.
take it out rather than going to the left
Spikey
hack,
block.
so even though it probably wasn't used, he actually ate some time and he soon died after that because he was on so low anyway.
Just want to point out Gatos's tank. We asked him later what he was doing there, and he was an actual rail tank or something on top of that mountain. He's going for him, and our other guy was in the background skits with his tank guard in back letter.
Heavy pressure on Alpha.
We never had any problems with our defensive letters in either games.
So I'm just getting in the way there. I'm blocking at the entrance, so I just get out of the way basically, whatever places I can be. Unfortunately the grenadier bounces off my own guy, it probably contributes to him dying.
It is difficult to be fair sometimes.
I'm facing three guys there. I take a more defensive position. I've got more grenades that I can slow them down with. They got the same idea as well.
And that was
You're coming up the
either an
supply
awesome
depot stairs.
throw or a very unlucky death, whichever way you want to look at it.
But because I actually held them off there for a small amount of time, there were two people that
Charlie,
get through
Captain
and
Charlie,
respond
29
straight away.
pounds left.
Out of interest, if I was a mass driver, I'd be driving that
Captain
lift,
Charlie,
the
yeah.
roof there. You can mass drive that roof and do damage.
First grenadier is at the console. I was actually getting shot by my own teammates while I was cooking a grenade, so that's why I threw that grenade away.
Yeah, I actually did one Sytonis. I said there's someone behind you. Yeah, it's probably Octavious, the bastard.
Again, I'm taking shots there rather than taking the time to turn around and block my own teammates. I take another route.
This is an interesting one here, and I think it's one that people should be aware of. And it was almost by accident you done this. This is good though, keeping up the pressure on C or wherever, like.
I've overheated it. There's nothing I can do offensively, but I can get some more grenades out.
Yeah, and this is. Yeah, just look at the amount of kills by explosives. This is my favourite map because it is so good for explosives.
That's what you're saying.
It's like Gatos was going down for another run there. I didn't see that last time.
Again, we don't want too many people inside the room. It's important that there's some people there, but we need to create the second layer of defence outside. I know there's two people in front of me here, but I can still get grenades over the top of them, and it's the first time for me getting up on that lift, and
this is
I can
awesome.
provide overwatch.
This is awesome, and I would actually recommend that if this happens in the future, say if we could try to push C or something like this, I recommend someone actually go on it, or a mass driver or someone up there. Absolutely brilliant support from push here.
And throw in where I think they got their drop links down, the grenades there.
Yeah. Don't just throw grenades in the openings, throw grenades in the corners, because if they're wounded, they'll always retreat to those corners.
And I've timed my push here because I've seen someone push through as
They're out
well.
of clones.
I can't believe. And that was it. I was really close to it, eating your own someone's grenade. But basically,
That was an MCC victory and a clone victory.
yeah. Oh, I didn't realise that, yeah. And they did win the first battle, but to be fair, that was excellent tactics with a very short time and a bit of improvisation by Tigers in the beginning, and I think, yeah, done a really good job in pulling that back. Like,
I didn't have the kills there, but as you can see, a lot of assists.
and that's, yeah, if you can weaken them for other guys, it doesn't really matter how much you kill them. Like, so, but if you have a look at our guys' scores and our kill death ratios, and you look at the other guys, not one of them actually had a positive KDR. A lot of them were absolutely dire. Just goes to show how good we were on defence there.
They were eliminated.
So we lost the battle, but we won the war, and that's the most important thing. So this is a nice battle, and just as a retrospective, they did decide to attack us again after. This is Terarrim signing out.
This is V-C Sytonis signing out.
Nice. See you again, guys. Good job.